I found out I was pregnant last week. Me and Bradley had been together for almost 3 years, and although we weren't trying, we had talked about kids. He always said he wanted them someday. I was nervous to tell him because we had some rough patches lately. He'd been distant, working late, and weird about money. I thought maybe a baby would bring us closer. I bought a test on my lunch break and took it in the office bathroom. 2 lines. Definitely pregnant. I decided to leave work early and surprise him. He works from home on Thursdays. I was so excited I almost called him on the drive but wanted to see his face. Our apartment complex has this weird layout where you can see into our living room windows from the parking lot. I saw Bradley sitting on the couch with his laptop open. I was about to call out when I realized he was on FaceTime. I just stood there for a second watching. He was talking to Tracy, his ex from before we met. They broke up like 4 years ago and he always said she was crazy and controlling. He told me they didn't talk anymore but I could see her face on the screen. I couldn't hear what they were saying but they were both laughing. I don't know why but I just froze. I didn't go inside. Instead, I went back to my car and called him, told him I was leaving work early and would be home in 20 minutes. He sounded weird and said he was in the middle of a work call. I drove around the block and parked on the side street. Then I snuck back and stood under our living room window. I know how crazy that sounds, but something felt wrong. That's when I heard it. Bradley was still talking to Tracy. He was telling her how things were getting serious with me and how I was pressuring him about marriage. I wasn't even doing that. We had talked about it once like 6 months ago. Tracy asked something I couldn't hear and then Bradley said, "She's so stupid and desperate. She believes everything I say. I'm just using her for her money until you take me back. She's pathetic. Actually thinks we'll get married." They both laughed. I've been supporting us since Bradley lost his job last year. He said he was freelancing but money was tight. I paid for everything. Rent, food, his car payment, even the vacation we took to see his parents. Tracy said something else and Bradley replied, "Yeah babe, I know. Just a few more months and I'll have enough saved. She has no idea I've been putting money aside. Thinks I'm broke." I wanted to scream or throw up or both. 3 years. 3 years of my life with this person who was just using me, and I'm pregnant with his baby. I don't know how, but I managed to keep it together. I walked back to my car, drove around for 15 more minutes, and then came home like nothing happened. I pretended to be happy to see him, kissed him hello, asked about his day. He lied to my face about having a work call, said he was stressed about a deadline, asked why I was home early, and I said I wasn't feeling well, which wasn't a lie. I felt sick to my stomach. I didn't tell him about the pregnancy. That night he acted completely normal. We ordered takeout. I paid, of course. This morning I checked our bank accounts. In the last year I've spent over $45,000 supporting us. He contributed nothing. I checked his phone while he was in the shower. Hundreds of messages with Tracy. They've been planning for him to move back to her city. He's been sending her money. My money. I found a secret account where he's been saving. Almost $30,000. Money he told me he was using for bills or job training courses. There were even screenshots of conversations with my friends where he'd pumped them for information about my finances, asking if I had mentioned any bonuses or raises coming up, like he was studying me, planning how to extract